Good morning YouTubians, it's Kermit's Ghost. It's Easter Bank Holiday Monday. Hope you all had a fantastic Easter and didn't overindulge with your chocolate consumption over the weekend. If you're in America, you're probably celebrating one of your Patriots Days. You have two, one in September to observe the losses of the people of the 9/11 attacks. The other one today is for two battles. First one of Lexington and Concord in 1775, part of your independence battles. A year before you signed the contract to get out of the UK, and the other one is for the first bloodshed of the American Civil War in 1861. That happened in Baltimore. So I hope you're observing the day today in America and enjoy yourselves and have a beer and think of fallen comrades. Anyway, I'm going to head up to town now and see what is out. I think there's about a dozen titles being released today, but I'm after two. One's a TV show, one's a documentary. I do have some mail that was delivered during the week and some subscriber mail as well to show you. So stick around to the end. I'll show you some films, TV shows and documentaries. I'm going to go and grab a coffee now. It's a beautiful day here on the coast, and I will see you all up in town. I'll see you in a bit. Well, before we go looking for movies, I thought I'd show you the underside of the Pier People with their metal detectors. It's the makings of a beautiful day. So I'll leave you with this shot and then I will head up and grab myself a nice coffee. So here we are, as if by magic, we transport into McDonald's. Very quiet in here today. Let's get that lovely Arabica bean coffee. Can't beat it. Look, there's no one around. I think I'm the only one in the square other than the young girl that just served me the coffee. So let's head down in the lift because it's a lazy day. Let's head down to HMV.
Lower shops. Doors opening.
So will you look at that? I come out the lift and the shutters are going up. I have the timing of a comic genius. So here we go inside. I'm the only one in the shop. I think I'm the only one in the mall, to be honest. So it's over to new and trending. Not a lot out this week, but let's have a look anyway. So the first one to show you today is Dexter New Blood. This isn't being classed as a season, more of a TV miniseries from 2021 Paramount Pictures. It stars Michael C. Hall as the serial killer. They got two formats today. We've got the Blu-ray here at $29.99 and the DVD here at $19.99. Total runtime is 526 minutes. And they both come with slipcovers. Next is a double release from Arrows, Rogue Cops and Racketeers, two crime thrillers from Enzo G. Castellari, also known as Big Racket and Heroin Busters, 198 minutes and priced at $34.99. Next is a documentary called 10 Years with Hayao Miyazaki. It's from Anime Limited from 2019. It follows 10 years in the life of Hayao Miyazaki, one of the founders of Studio Ghibli, 196 minutes and yours for $15.99. Next is a documentary from the filmmaker Andrea Arnold. This is called Cow. It's from 2021 and it's a close-up portrait of the daily lives of two cows. Released on two formats. You've got the Blu-ray here at $14.99 and the DVD here at $9.99. Carries a 12 certificate and they both come with slipcovers. Next is a limited edition slipcase release of Black Lagoon, the complete collection seasons 1 and 2. It's got a runtime of 12 hours and 45 minutes. It carries an 18 certificate. This comes with a poster and a 32-page booklet and 4 discs, priced at $59.99. Next is one of 3 releases that came out today of Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer in 4K. This is a limited edition set. It's from Arrows from 1986, 82 minutes and stars Michael Rooker. It's directed by John Norton and it's priced at $29.99. Hey everybody, welcome back. 6 titles to show you here, so you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, let's crack on with it. So the first 2 movies to show you are considered sequels. However, the character names change from film to film, but the actors that play them remain the same. Bit like the Carry On franchise, if you like. First one is The Fast Lady. This is from 1962. These are both British comedies and they both star James Robertson Justice. In this he plays Charles Chingford. Now James Robertson Justice is a man with a booming voice and larger than life character. You're probably going to remember him, if anything, from the Doctor Films franchise where he was in Doctor in Love, Doctor at Sea, Doctor at Large, Doctor in a House and a couple of others where he plays Sir Lancelot Spratt. like a top doctor. Great character. He was also in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang as Lord Scrumptious. I've always enjoyed all the movies that I've seen him in. There's also Leslie Phillips as Freddie Fox. Now Leslie always plays a womanizer in films and TV. There's Stanley Baxter as Murdoch Troon, a man trying to impress a woman. I'll get to that in just a second. Judy Christie from Fahrenheit 451, which Phil Baker sent me a couple of weeks ago. Thanks, Phil. She plays Claire Chingford. That's Charles Chingford's daughter, and it's the woman that Murdoch wants to date. However, their first meet, as Charles and Murdoch, isn't a very good one because Charles is in his sports car and he runs Murdoch off the road, and Murdoch's on his bike. But they do find common ground eventually. There is a list of cameos from great TV stars like Frankie Howerd, Bernard Cribbins, Clive Dunn, Dick Emery. Talking of Emery, you got Fred Emery in both of these films. No relation to Dick Emery. He's appeared in many movies like The Italian Job, the 1969 version, Oliver from 1968, Magnificent Men in Their Flying Machines, Doctor in Trouble with James Robertson Justice, and this was directed by Ken Anakin, who also directed those Magnificent Men in Their Flying Machines as well. So it's all tied together. It's got a runtime of just 95 minutes. Let's open it up, take a look inside. So this is one of those network releases with the thin cases. There's artwork on the disc, a 12-page booklet, and inner artwork showing original posters. So that was The Fast Lady. So the next film to show you, and unofficial sequel, is Father Came To. It's from 1964, so a couple of years later. And again, we've got James Robertson Justice. This time he's playing Sir Beverly Grant. Leslie Phillips is back, this time as Roddy Chipfield. Stanley Baxter's back, this time as Dexter Monroe, but they're joined by a new cast member, Sally Smith, as Juliet Monroe. Beautiful woman. And there's a couple of well-known TV stars in this as well. You've got Terry Scott and Ronnie Barker, so a great cast. Justice is playing the overbearing father, a personality he plays quite a lot because of his voice. His daughter Juliet just wants to live with her husband Dexter in a remote cottage away from her dad. Dexter and Juliet are recently married, but when they get to this new cottage, it's somewhat run down and it needs repairing, so they hire Josh, played by Ronnie Barker, to fix it. Now, obviously things go from bad to worst. This is directed by Peter Graham Scott, who also edited the 1947 film Brighton Rock. It's got a runtime of just 91 minutes, this one, so a little bit shorter. Let's open it up and take a look inside. So it's a network release and it's got the thin case again. I should point out the network had a sale on, and these were $7.99 each. There's artwork on the disc, a pamphlet this time, and it has inner artwork and a couple of scenes from the film. So that was Father Came To from 1964. So the next title to show you, which came out midweek, is Death on the Nile. It's from this year, even though principal photography started back September 2019. It's an Agatha Christie murder mystery set in Egypt, although it was all filmed in the United Kingdom, up in Surrey. It's got a great cast, this one. Start out with Kenneth Branagh, who also directed this. And I'd like to point out he also directed Murder on the Orient Express, which this is a sequel. You don't have to have watched that to watch this. This is a standalone film. So in this, Kenneth plays Hercule Poirot, the infamous Belgian detective with the impressive moustache. Got Gal Gadot, Annette Bening, Emma Mackey. You've got Armie Hammer, Letitia Wright, Tom Bateman, Al Fazal, Rose Leslie, Sophie Okonedo, Russell Brand, Jennifer Saunders, and Dawn French. Only Bateman and Branagh return from the first film, so it's pretty much a complete new cast in this film. Set 1937, starting out in London and swiftly moving locations to the Nile, where the murder takes place. And of course, Hercule Poirot works his magic, revealing the truth. I'm trying to avoid any spoilers to this one because it is a new release and not everybody would have watched it by now. Film itself looks absolutely stunning. Great use of light. You wouldn't know that it was filmed in the UK. They built the Karnak, which is the boat in the film and where the event takes place, and they recreated the temple of Abu Simbel. So it's not as good as the first one in my opinion. I thought it was a worthy follow. I did thoroughly enjoy this film, but not as good as the first one, and I would welcome any more that they're going to make. Actually, I've heard or read that they're going to make a third one as well, so that's good. 127-minute runtime, so not a short film by any means, but worth watching. Let's take a look inside. So it comes with the thin case like Nightmare Alley did. It's got one of those solid blue Blu-ray cases so you can't see through it. I don't like the case, and I detest the artwork on this one. I'm going to get a custom cover because that's just too busy. I like the 4K artwork with the boat on the Nile itself. So that's the cover and a plain blue disc. So that was the new Death on the Nile. The next thing to show you is subscriber mail from Phil 4K Baker. Thank you so much, Phil. You are way too kind. I mean that sincerely. I know it's going to be because Phil sent me a message asking if I wanted this film, and he sent it out immediately. So I've gone ahead, unwrapped it, and I've not seen this film before. I know very little about it, so bear with me. It's called Baby, Secret of the Lost Legend, a Touchstone release, which was a distribution label of Walt Disney, but not anymore. This particular movie is from 1985. It's a fantasy adventure, and it stars Sean Young. That is Rachel from the Blade Runner films. She was also in Stripes as well. It's got William Catt, Julian Fellows, the creator of Downton Abbey, and Patrick McGowan, who has been in many things, most notably number 6 in The Prisoner. It's a story of a paleontologist played by Sean Young who discovers a baby dinosaur along with her husband George, played by William Catt. Now the dinosaur, by the way, is a Brontosaurus, and on a side note, they've never found the skull to a Brontosaurus, so scientists had to make up what it looks like. They've gone to like the next dinosaur and said maybe like that. Maybe it didn't have a head, who knows. Anyway, this takes place in Central Africa. There's a race to keep the baby dinosaurs safe from the military and the next sort of evil scientists wanting to profit from the discovery. The soundtrack is by Jerry Goldsmith, so we're in safe hands, and it's got a runtime of just 95 minutes. Let's open this one up and take a look inside. So there's a lovely image on the disc. So that was Baby, Secret of the Lost Legend. So the next title to show you is 10 Years with Hayao Miyazaki. This is a 196-minute 4-part documentary on the creative mind of Miyazaki. Now, in case you have no idea who he is one of the founders of Studio Ghibli, along with Toshio Suzuki and Isao Takahata. He allowed a single filmmaker to follow him around for an entire decade to show his thought process, covering the era of Ponyo on the Cliff by the Sea, From Up on Poppy Hill, and The Wind Rises. 4 chapters in this. Well, first one is called Ponyo is Here. Second is Drawing What's Real. Third one's Go Ahead, Threaten Me, which sounds really intriguing. And the last one is No Cheap Excuses. Each chapter lasts just 49 minutes. In case you're wondering, he isn't dead. He's currently 81 years old, happily married since 1965, got 2 children. Eldest is Goro, who directed Earwig and the Witch, From Up on Poppy Hill, which his father wrote the screenplay for, and Tales from Earthsea, again based on his father's work. Now, Studio Ghibli was founded back in 1985 and has produced some of the best animated films ever. Not just saying that, I do own them all and I've watched them all as well. Let's open this up and take a look inside. So there are 2 discs and each one has an image of Hayao Miyazaki. So that was 10 Years with Hayao Miyazaki. So next and last is that of a TV series. It's Dexter New Blood. Technically this is season 9. They made 8 seasons before, but people didn't like the way the show ended, so they had to strap this onto the end in a hope to sort of clear everything up. I was pretty angry the way they ended this season, but I've actually come round to their way of thinking. I think they actually went with the right decision. Thoroughly enjoyed this season. I'm not going to say anything spoiler wise, except for it is set 10 years after the last season. You got Michael C. Hall back. He is a serial killer that everybody roots for. Jack Alcott is Harrison. You've got Julia Jones as Angela Bishop. She's the chief of police. You've got Jennifer Carpenter back as Dexter's foul-mouthed sister, Deborah. Not going to say anything on that. You've got Deborah Zara's back as Angel Batista. It was really nice to see him back as well. And Clancy Brown features in this. Clancy Brown, the brilliant Clancy Brown as Kurt Caldwell. Seasons are based on Dexter novels by Jeff Lindsay, who actually has a strikingly similar name to Jim Lindsay, which is Dexter's new identity. Quite a short season this, coming at 526 minutes, spread over 4 discs. Let's open this up, take a look inside. So the slip matches the Blu-ray cover. There are 4 discs with no artwork on, but you do get an inside image and a chapter listing. So that was Dexter New Blood. So that was it. Have you seen any of those or plan to pick any of them up or just want to leave a comment, then do so down below and I will read every single one of them and try to get back to you if I have the time. Give the video a thumbs up, really does help the channel, and subscribe if you haven't. It's all free, why wouldn't you? On that note, all it's left to say is thank you so much for choosing my channel today and watching my video. Take care and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.